We're here for the 10:45 a.m. draw, getting started slightly late. My name is Scott Blyweiss, and I'll be commentating for you this morning along with David Bykowski.
Scott, good to be here.
Good to be here with you, David. And we're getting set for our feature match here on Sheet B. And this match is going to pit two teams from the home club, two Potomac Curling Club teams. We have Reedham Sweep, which is lead Curtis Brooks, second Jim Carr, vice Mark Hauera, and skip by Nick Smith. They are playing a team with a very creatively named None Given as the team name. The lead on this team is Erwin Freed, second Chad Skulkin, if I'm pronouncing that right, hopefully. Vice skip John Hale, and this team's going to be skipped by Stephen Enochson. So we have two Potomac Curling Club teams going at it.
3, 4, what?
And you'll hear some of these other voices interjecting during our commentary, and those would be the skips. We have each the skip from each team mic'd up for this match. You'll be able to hear their instructions to their team and other comments they have on the match. This is the 21st draw, I believe, of this tournament. And it looks like we're ready for our first throw of the game.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Or second throw, pardon me.
Looks like he's waiting for this one to curl over just a little bit, and Wade is a bit down. He wanted to control Wade hit here, and that is way down for that. Pretty fresh ice here to start off this one.
And that actually bumps the yellow rock back into the 4-foot circle. So it looks like we have the team None Given throwing the red stones, and Reedham Sweep throwing yellow. And this is yellow lead Curtis Brooks getting set for his second shot. And it looks like
guard,
setting up for a guard. Throwing wide to the left. Maybe hoping for a center guard here, David?
Yeah, it looks like he was expecting about maybe 3.5 feet of curl out of this one from Curtis. But certainly the guard is the pretty standard strategy here.
And actually
line's good.
The redstone at the top of the 12-foot is somewhat guarding the yellow rock that's deeper in the house.
It's like a 4 again. Nah, it's a 3.
And this
sweep it a little bit.
From Brooks curling back. Gets a little help from the sweepers.
Okay, good shot.
Looks like they got a pretty deep center guard.
That's a nice position there. These rocks are really cutting late, especially on that turn. So we expect to see a lot of that as the game goes on. We may see the swing even more as we get into the middle and later ends.
Now, earlier in the tournament, this ice was moving along pretty fast, so we'll have to see what speed it's at this morning. Erwin Freed for team None Given.
Much better weight for this one.
And that might be able to maybe raise the yellow rock. It does, but drifting it to the 12-foot. Shooter drifts to the 12-foot circle on the other side. And now they have
probably didn't move it, so it's all right.
Two red rocks right on opposite edges of the house, with the yellow rock that is touching the 4-foot circle sitting shot rock at the moment.
It's actually not a bad position there for Enochson, having those two on the outside with the hammer. Those could become pretty good counters late in the game if he can just get the shot rock out of here. Of course, Nick wants to block it up and probably really just keep putting guards up the rest of this end to protect that shot rock.
Chad Shulkin now.
Second. Sweep.
Jim Carr for on this one for Reedham and Sweep.
Thank you, David. Got the teams mixed up there just for a second.
Okay, up.
This one's over curling a bit. Not a bad result, though. He's left it pretty high, but it's covering probably at least 60% of the stone. Chad's going to have to throw probably a down weight to get around that one and try to take out the shot. Narrow, of course, is the better miss here, just to go and clear the guard out of the way.
So this is Chad Shulkin now for Team None Given. Maybe a take out of the guard one of the guards here?
Well, I think he's actually trying to play about a back line to hack weight to go after the shot rock, but again, narrow is the better miss here just to move that guard out of the way.
Absolutely. I think he is going to hit one of those yellow guards.
Open it up.
And you hear one of the skips say, open it up. That is exactly what happened. Now the yellow shot rock is open. And we'll see if Jim Carr might want to try to put a guard right back there.
Put it back.
To block that shot rock.
And that's exactly what Nick just called.
Yep. Got room. Yep. Line's good. 2, that's fine. Let it curl.
Nick doing a great job communicating with his front end there.
That's fine.
On the sweeping.
Yep.
Weight judgment looks pretty
good. Guys.
This is
Don't
coming in
sleep,
really
good.
nice.
He is watching that rock, telling his sweepers
Great shot,
to
Jim.
lay off it, and we have another guard there. Good shot by Jim Carr. Pretty much puts that guard right back where it just was. And you can hear Nick Smith's instructions to his sweepers through his microphone there. Again, this is a match between two teams from the Potomac Curling Club, which is where we're broadcasting from today, the National Capital Curling Center in Laurel, Maryland. Thank you very much for joining us on today's webcast.
So Stephen's calling for Chad to peel the guard off here and really just kind of buying time, waiting for read him and sweep to make a mistake and leave a guard that's not really in good position. This one's got a lot of rotation on it, almost a spinner, really. He's going to do the job, though.
Oh, knocks another yellow rock back there, but we'll see if they can sweep it out. And they do.
It works.
Yep, so again, that was a pretty effective job of getting the guard out of there. And now we're up to the Vices. Yes, John Hale. No, I'm sorry. Mark Hovera.
Yeah. Once again, we're seeing a lot of curl on both sides of the sheet coming from the outside in. Nick's brooming him for about 3.5 feet of curl here, so.
Sweep, blind tight.
Move late.
And the sweepers get on this rock pretty early.
I think he was a little tight on the line on this one.
Okay, up.
Now they're called off. And it's heading for that yellow rock
Sweep it.
in the 4-foot circle. Let's see how far in it gets.
All the way in.
Nick wants it all the way in, and it's pretty close. It's in the 8-foot circle. Lined up, we're seeing it is exposed. Mostly exposed, actually. The guard is just covering the outer edge. And Team None Given, Stephen Unixon, trying to see if they can get a double takeout.
I'm not sure this is really there.
I'm not sure it's there either. David, this would be a tough one because of the way the stones are positioned, one almost directly behind the other.
Plus there's a guard out in front of him. I don't know that he can get a piece of one of them, but I really am not. I don't agree with the call here. I think you need to at least just make a play on one. You have to be careful. He might just end up on the guard.
I think he might wreck on this guard, and that is what happens. That maybe was a bit too narrow of a shot, and as you said, David, going for a fancier shot when maybe didn't need it at that moment.
Yeah, I think that might have been just a little aggressive in the early play. When you've got the hammer, you really want to have some rocks to work with. Nick is just going to put more guards back up there. And at this point, Stephen is chasing with the hammer, and that's exactly the situation you don't want to be in.
So now with Reedham and sweep, again, looks like they might try to put a guard back in front of their two rocks that are in the house right now that are in scoring position. Since None Given took out,
sweep a little,
got rid of those guards.
Line's tight here, very tight.
Okay, up.
And that rock is headed that direction.
Nick seems very content to just keep putting rocks right in the house there. Well, he's guarded this one up nicely. That one stopped shorter than I thought.
That was a really nice guard, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a little deeper, but stopped right on the edge of the outer edge of the 12-foot circle. right in front of those
here,
rocks
I'm gonna
that, again, are in
here.
scoring
That's okay.
position right now.
Good shot.
Nicely done.
Very tight on the line on this one for John.
They are hoping to knock into one of those yellows. Let's see what happens. That might miss. Yeah, I think that's going all the way through. Yep, missed the line on that one.
Just keep loading up the middle. I'm going to put it all the way out here, though, okay?
Maybe some more guards coming
I think so.
from Nick Smith's team.
He wouldn't. Nick wouldn't mind even if he were to come over and maybe tap this one back just a little bit and sit 1, 2, 3. But really, you heard him say it right there. Just load up the middle.
Guard time.
Yep, just make it more difficult for the red team to get any of those rocks in the house right now. And a steal of 2 in the first end. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Riedemann Sweep is in great position right now for a steal.
Team none given, Steven Enochson's team does have the hammer in this initial end, but they are in a bit of trouble in here, right here.
This one's looking like a guard. Weight's pretty good.
Yeah, looks like coming through on his strategy to
Get it
just
in.
clog up
Let me get it closer.
around the center line. Sweepers come on it late.
That's good. Up.
And they let up, and that's exactly what they have. Another
Nice
guard.
position.
And making it more difficult, making it more challenging for Enochson's team to get to those rocks in the house.
Double the triple, so. Good.
It's nice and cold in here right now. That's what It's cold, and you saw how far his came down.
It's chilly. It's good. It's good for the ice, good for us.
My arms. I like my hair standing jig.
We'll also try to get you some score
It's a bit
updates on
prickly,
other
huh?
sheets as those scores become available.
Freeze to that one. We're going to freeze to that yellow, so it's like punch it out next shot.
So Steven's looking to throw a freeze right there to
lighten
the
up,
shot
apparently.
rock.
They told me it was fast.
No draw weight for it.
Definitely has to be thinking draw here. He's going to have to throw a draw for his last rock, so he really needs to use this one to get a sense of the speed of the ice so he can make that last shot for 1.
Yeah.
So this shot is setting up for the next one.
The face of
Absolutely.
the stone has to cross.
If he can freeze onto it successfully, he might
so like in other
have
words,
a
you gotta
play
wait till
to
the
be able
face
to get 2.
crosses the T line.
It's going to depend on
just the very front.
exactly how the
And then you can
positioning
start-
is, and of course, Nick still has
the
one
T
more
line.
rock.
Is that heavy?
Sweepers on a light.
You're thinking it might be a little heavy. Not anymore.
Come on, guys.
That changed.
Hard. Hold it. Hard. Dig. Dig.
Hale's telling them to sweep as hard as they can. I think it hits off one of the guards, rolls into the 12-foot circle. So they did a little bit of damage there, but still setting up pretty good for Nick Smith.
Well, the shot rock is exposed, and I think Nick has to protect that and really force Steven to draw around on the other side on ice that he hasn't really seen yet. He hasn't really had his team throw very many rocks out there thus far. Make him try to draw for a full 4 foot to get 1 on that side.
Exactly, on the side that no one really knows what it's going to act like yet.
Guard. Got to guard the promote.
And
Try to throw it the same weight as last time.
you can hear Nick Smith commenting there. Another guard.
When you're a skip, you're always happy if you're throwing guards for your last 2 rocks.
Throwing guards with the skips rocks, that is always a good spot to be in. So he's just going to try to, again, clog up that area, make it more difficult for the red team to get in, to try to get 1. Let's see what happens here. Looks like a pretty heavy shot.
No. Just let it die. Let it die.
And not sure that's what he intended there, David, but it's...
Needs this one to curl some
Let it
more.
die.
It is coming
I'd sweep
back.
this one, bring it over.
It is coming back towards the middle.
It's there.
That might have done the job.
I think that
It's not bad.
that ended up being a pretty good shot. Again, clogging up the right side of the sheet, taking away that angle
He can draw in, too.
for Enochson.
Thank you. Either way, they're not getting 1-1, so.
You can see his front end, Chad Shilkin and Erwin Freed, standing back there calling from the other end of the ice. They want the draw. on the left side.
I think that might be his only option.
I think so. That's a really tight port. The way that this ice is swinging, I would not want to try to throw any sort of hit in
the other
there.
part of the
Even if you
problem
do
for
make the
them,
hit, by
nobody's
some
come from the other
chance
side
you're
yet.
very likely going to roll
We have
out.
no idea what the ice is going to do.
I don't know that the rock can fit.
That's the reason
even.
to go for that shot.
That one might have curled
As
over
opposed to
just
this
enough.
one.
Yeah, I think that
think
last
in
throw
general,
by
this is easier.
Smith putting the guard in that position,
because we've all
I think
thrown
pretty much
every
forced
single stone
Unixon's
on that
hand to
side.
come from the left side, try
This is the better
try
call.
the draw.
Like,
Now
at
he
least I
does
think
have a
it is.
lane there. He does have an angle into the 4-foot circle. But we will see.
It's your house. Be ready to.
See if he can get it
Knock
there
it
for
down.
one. So
Yeah,
we have.
you can hear Stephen and John talking about it, and they're not really comfortable throwing the other
curled a
side of
ton,
the
didn't it?
ice. They really just don't know what's going on.
I was way out. We were way on that side.
So it looks like they are trying to go from the
Yeah,
right
it did.
side.
If it would have been like
It's
a
a
half
very
stone
tough
closer,
shot.
it would
This
have
is a
been
lot
better.
more difficult than trying to throw the draw.
Absolutely,
The one in the
absolutely
back
a
left is
trickier
that
shot,
pounding their
much
front
more
biter,
difficult
and the
to
one on
land.
the right. It's so.
Oh, measurement
It's
already.
either 2 or we get lucky.
It's fun, right?
So he's got a couple options
Numbers
here.
and gauges.
So you just heard him say it's either they get 2 or we get lucky. So we'll see. This is the hammer.
No line.
Yes!
Now the Supers get on it. Going for their red rock, trying to bump it towards the middle. Did they do enough? Bumps out their yellow, and the red rock slides too far to the outside. That was a really valiant effort by Enixon, but as David and I were just talking about, for that shot to work, it just had to be exactly right. And the red shooter rock just rolled too far to the outside.
Well, kudos to John on the call there, on the sweeping. He really had a good sense on that, almost made that shot. The angle has got to be perfect for the red rock to stick around there, and they're going to measure for second shot. That's a good idea.
Absolutely.
We cannot tell here.
I like that better on the other
looks
side
close.
because no one had thrown out there yet.
We
you
know the yellow
I mean,
has
the
at
draw
least
is technically
one.
easier, but but we've all know the ice, right?
We haven't had a draw down that
So
side.
yellow
Yeah.
we know has
I was
one.
like,
We'll
wow,
see if
it's
yellow
either
ends up
2
with
or
2 at the end of this first end.
Yeah, it was close.
And you're absolutely right, David. Good calling on that by John Hale. He got that the weight and the line just right.
Maybe
Just,
they're already on top of it. That's good.
didn't quite stick enough. So they're bringing out the measuring tool.
I think every single rock we had was the other side, right? Maybe I threw one guard on the left. I can't remember now.
And you can hear this good talk about Joseph. We were saying that the left side of the ice didn't get a lot of action in that first end.
I think you did throw about one rock over on that side, and we were looking to see if that was, I think actually, yeah, it was Nick's team. One rock over there, and we were not sure if that was the right ice call, but about 3.5, 4 feet of curl over on that side.
So they did determine that yellow picked up that second
Guard.
rock. So we have a score of
Let's try this side of the
2-0
ice.
in favor of Nick Smith's team, Reedham and Sweet. So they do steal 2 in that first end. Well done by Reedham and Sweet. And none given.
Good line.
Will keep the hammer here in the second end.
What's the weight, guys?
Brooks,
Mark, what's the weight?
Curtis Brooks with his
T?
first rock.
3? All right, get the 3. Sweep it. As far as you can. Good shot, Curtis.
And we have a guard just to the left of center, left from our viewing point.
Stephen calling for Irwin to draw behind that guard. Top 8, top 4 foot would be ideal here.
He's telling the Supers to hold off right now.
Yeah, this one looks heavy.
Smith is furiously trying to get that one out the back of the house. So I think it's going to stick just on the outer edge of the 12-foot circle,
Okay.
but definitely deeper than Enixon wanted on that one.
Scott, did you notice how much that rock really took a, not really so much of a curl, but even just a dive all the way to the left as that one was finishing?
Absolutely. It moved quite a bit from right to left. Curtis Brooks with his second
Good
rock.
line. What's the weight?
put this one inside on the release
What's
just
the
a little
weight?
bit here.
Nick Smith is asking for a weight,
Before, looks like a 5.
asking the sweepers what they think about the weight, and they're holding off.
All right, sweep it in.
Now they get on it to try to bring it into the house. Gets beyond their guard.
Up.
And it looks like it's going to come to rest. Just touching the 8-foot circle.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's a good
I
shot.
call you a sweep at the end.
Nice
You're
shot,
good.
guarded by their own stone.
Yeah.
Probably could have swept that
No,
one
wait,
just a
wait,
little
wait.
more at the finish just to
I'll
go
say
and
wait
bury it
for
behind
weight,
the
not
guard
for
there.
weight.
But,
Yeah, I was
but
just
still,
gonna
that's a
say.
pretty good result.
Could have maybe gotten it more into the 8-foot circle, but not bad. Red team now, team none given.
Yes, line!
That's pretty good.
All the way!
That one looks like it's
All the way!
is it going to wreck on the guard?
Oh, he's got
gets,
room.
Gets by the guard. Let's see if it bumps the yellow rock in the house. It does.
Okay.
Bumps the yellow rock back to the 4-foot circle and leaves the red stone that was thrown in the 12-foot completely guarded by the yellow rock. David, how was that as a result for the red team?
Well, it's hard to say. I think what it does now is set things up.
Top of the house.
Oh, that's a surprising call to me. I think that was setting things up where it could be good setup play unless Nick is able to get some guards up front and just keep protecting shot rock there. I'm kind of surprised he's looking to bring in a second shot here. He must be pretty confident that that's well protected.
And that the red rock is
So wait.
immaterial at the moment. I guess that's what he's
5. That's fine.
I like the setup for Steven that he's got rocks to work with now that he can tap that one
4's
back.
good.
Really, he's got more options
Yeah, go
having
ahead.
that in play right now.
All right, that's okay.
And the result of that is a guard. Not sure what it's guarding at the moment, but
Yeah, he wanted that one to come in a little bit deeper, and instead he's actually, that really plays into Steven's hands. When you have the hammer, you'd rather have guards on the outside and go and have your rocks hit and roll to the sides to leave that center of the sheet open.
gives you something to work with later in the end if you decide to go to that side of the house.
Yeah, if you look at the top teams out there, that's the way that a lot of times they can pick up multiple points.
Yes, line! Yes, line! Yes, line!
Chad Chilkin's first rock here. They're sweeping furiously, try to get some semblance of a tap back. This one's pretty close, but I'm not sure he's got the weight.
All the way!
He's by the guard pretty easily.
That works.
And you can hear Steven pretty satisfied with that. Now he's got a couple of his rocks out there in front. And can't tell from this angle, he may be able to take out the yellow that Red's second shot is frozen to.
Draw in. Okay. If it's light, that's okay.
I think they're looking at a draw. They are going to test out this left side of the ice, though, which we haven't seen a lot of stones thrown out there yet.
And Nick is exactly right. If you're going to miss this one, miss it being light, leave it as another guard.
Absolutely. See if they can kind of weave their way in between those two red rocks that are in the center part of the house right now. Want to also welcome everyone who's watching on the web and using our chat feature on the
All right. Don't touch it then.
goes along with our webcast. If you have any questions or want to know a certain score, get an update, we'll try to get it to you as best we can. Or if you have any information, by the way, about other teams playing on other sheets, share that with us. That one just did not curl the way they wanted to, and it's going to go all the way out.
Yeah, kind of surprising. Not a lot of movement on that side.
Yeah, you're right, David. That shot did not curl very much at all.
I think this is a lot of ice if Steven's calling for about control weight for the hit here.
They're going to try that same, kind of the same line that the shot that was just thrown.
Yeah, I'd expect Chad's going to come with more weight here. He's want to play a hit.
Sweep!
It's good control weight.
Sweep! All the way! All the way!
Actually, that is
Guard,
down
we're on the
weight.
guard.
And And it wrecks on the guard in front. Really?
Not sure if that was tight on the line. Can't really tell from this angle, but
it does open up those 2 rocks, though, at the moment.
And again, like I was saying earlier, having those
Strong.
rocks up there
Okay.
in front is really giving Steven a lot of options. This could be a good
Here's
end. He
good.
could bounce back and
There's
pick up 2 or
okay,
more
too.
pretty easily here.
No! Yeah.
Next shot
Go
from
ahead.
Friedemann, sweep on its way, heading towards that guard on the right side of the house.
Okay, what's the weight? Okay, get to be a 4. All right. That's okay.
And it's going to come to a rest.
Yeah, some weight judgment issues there, or not so much weight judgment, but just coming up light on 2 shots there. You can see those 2 guards on the right side, or left as you're seeing them at home. And that's both of those were intended to be in the house. That would make a big difference in this end.
Sweep!
There you go.
Enixon is really wanting them to sweep hard, if you couldn't tell. And we're going to see if they can get that Yellowstone out of there. And
very nice.
They do. Really nice throw by John Hale.
I didn't hear you the first time. Jeez.
Apparently not.
Or the second
I can
or
hear
the
you fine.
third
I'm
time he
standing
didn't
behind
hear
you.
them. It took about the 4th or 5th time before they finally swept it, but that was pretty much the exact right amount of sweeping, though. He's got those first and second shots separated pretty well, and that's a nice setup now.
It was great shot by Hale, and Steven Enixon certainly got his point across. And it worked out well for him and the red team. David, just as you pointed out, Enixon was really setting up with some of those misses from the yellow team. And now red is sitting 3, I believe.
That's what it looks like from here. Mark's going to try to hit and roll this one behind the wall of junk over on the left side.
Indeed.
Don't worry about it.
See if they can get the hit and roll. It's looking good to get one of those red rocks. It goes back into the other one. So they do get one red rock out of there. Not, I think, the roll that he was looking for. Hit too much on the nose, yes?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's going to be tough to really get a good hit and roll here. I think they're still trying to figure out what's going on this side of the sheet. They hear him the first time on this one.
All the way!
Much quicker reaction time from the sweepers this time around.
All the way!
And they do knock out that yellow rock. No mistaking what Steven Enixon is calling.
So Enixon sitting 3 again.
Hale with a little smile as he comes down.
I do trust it, but they're sitting 3, so I'm just gonna hit some stuff out.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
And go with it. So let's just hit this. If we roll behind, perfect. All right.
Gotta get on it.
So nice, decent weight. Clear about right here.
Whether they're on it or not.
They've got a very makeable
Okay.
double set up over there on the outside, but throwing these kinds of rocks all the way out that far to the wings is really difficult.
They've got the 12-foot cornered, so I could try to draw in, but I'm going to take some stuff out first and see how it lies. Yeah, exactly.
You can
Well,
tell
that's gonna be
Smith
tough,
saying
but
he's going to try to take something
If
out.
we bury this, yes, that's definitely possible.
Am I not loud?
We are to the skips rocks now.
So hope to cross the face.
While we're waiting for Nick Smith's first shot, we had a request for a score
Exactly.
on sheet A
Well, we gotta get
from
one of them.
Diane online. Thanks, Diane.
Two's
Looks
good,
like at
too.
the moment we have a score of 3-0
I think so.
in favor of the Petersham team, who's the Yellow Rocks. The team from Philly, Bucks. I'm sorry, the Philly team is yellow. Philly team is yellow. Red team is Petersham. Petersham is in the lead right now, 3-0.
This rock is just hanging out there wide.
Let's see if it's going to hit one of those red stones. It does. And it looks like that's going to go out. So took one out of there. Well, Smith just said he wanted to hit something, and he did.
I think this is the side of the sheet where you can afford to be narrow pretty much on any shot, but if you put it wide, it's just going to hang out there.
Maybe it's hanging a little bit, too.
We've seen a couple of just really straight runs over on that side of sheet B before. It's kind of been there for a couple of years now, at least.
I don't know. What did you see at the end?
Yeah, it certainly seems like, David, if you throw it on the left side, it's not going to curl very much. It's going to stay on the line.
It really stayed out there.
At least so far.
So now we can hold them to 3.
That might be about the only place on the sheet where it's not really moving that much.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Not counting that one.
You throw it down.
They don't have time to go for that, too.
Close to the center line on either side, it is definitely moving.
It's a combo. It curls.
So John seems to be giving Stephen a lot of ice here for this draw.
Because of that.
Yep.
Because of the
His target broom is set towards that, almost on the edge of the 12-foot circle.
I think I'm going to go with the hit again because we haven't done enough draws on this side to really read it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Instead of trying to freeze
talk about his strategy.
What do you think about that?
I do. I mean, depending on where he goes, is he going behind it or just in?
He'll probably go behind it.
I mean, because then there's always a chance of getting a double, too. There's always depending on what.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he lines it up at.
What do we think?
Well, we'll see how much this one moves. It looks like this could be set up. If he throws about a T-line, Wade might tap his red straight back to T-line. I'm not expecting much curl at all based on previous shots.
And the sweepers are going at it hard because it looks a little light.
Got it.
All the way.
Now they got it.
All the way.
There you go, maybe about 2 feet of curl there, and pretty lightweight, 2.5 feet, I'd say.
We're just going to take this one out, because that one's out counting that, so. Just. And maybe if it rolls in, great, but whatever. Okay?
So this is surprising again. Nick not really worrying about the shot rock, looking to take out second shot
I
up
hit this
top.
out, we give him 2, so, you know.
He's willing to give up 2 on this one.
Huh? No, fuck that. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
PG broadcast, Nick. PG
All right,
broadcast.
anyways, no, we'll just
not PG anymore, apparently.
We'll just do the shot we can make. You know, think about it.
If any kids are listening, just disregard what you just heard.
It's not automatic, but.
Beth, we'll get you a score update on sheet D momentarily.
Giving up 2's okay.
Yeah, this game's not the only one featuring 2 teams from the same club. You've got Potomac on Potomac here on sheet B. You've got Utica on Utica over on D, and you've got Nutmeg on Nutmeg over on sheet C.
All right. Let's see if they're going to be able to get the hit here. The sweeper's called off.
He might get a piece of it. I'm not sure it's going to be enough, though.
He bumps it slightly.
Go down.
Sorry.
Not very helpful to read him and sweep on that one. And the red rock that they bumped is now perfectly guarded by the yellow stone that's out in front.
And the center is wide open, and as a skip, you've got the hammer. You just want to put one right there in the middle of the sheet.
Not a disaster.
Nope.
Anywhere fully in the house will be good enough here.
Beth, score update on sheet D. We have a score of 2-0 in favor of the yellow team.
But you guys are time for one in there.
Citroniti, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Full 12.
Ahead of Mitchell.
You did good, though.
Both from Utica on sheet D, as David just said. So 2-0 yellow team.
Well, yeah, I agree, but.
And if we're mispronouncing any names, and if anyone knows the right pronunciation, just put it down in the comments. We'll do our best to correct it.
Go either way. I agree.
Hammer away from Stephen Enigson. All weight, and it looks like it's heavy.
Don't touch it.
This is perfectly set up to take 3. Let's
See if he can get a wick off of his guard up there.
That might help him out. Just did not go into the house.
All right, got lucky on that one.
Yeah, a little too thick.
Yep, they missed that shot slightly, and Nick Smith just said they did get a little lucky on that one to hold it to 2.
Man.
So we have a tie score, 2-2 after 2 ends.
You know, we talked about the 4 guys here for
All right,
Reedham and
that's the
Sweep that
cleanest
are out
end
on the
between
ice.
the
What we're
two
not
of us.
talking about is Coach Charlie Brown back here, who's also pointing out that, I don't know how clearly you can see them here on the broadcast, the shirts that Reedham and Sweep
Yes.
has, that interestingly enough, they thought of every detail here. 3 blue and 2 red stones on there, so that among those 5 cards, they indeed have a full house.
Now that takes some planning. That's clever. I like it.
I appreciate a good pun as much as anyone.
Especially a curling pun.
Yes.
Some thought certainly went into that
Yes,
one.
line, yes, line.
We're already underway here in the 3rd end on our feature
Where we
match.
at? T.
So Nick
Hold on,
Smith's
hold
team
on.
has the hammer now as we go into the 3rd end.
All the way, all the way, all the way.
David, a good
we
recovery
guard?
for none given in the 2nd end. Now we're back
Make
to
it a
even.
guard, make it a guard.
Yeah, again, it was really just getting those rocks sitting up in front, waiting for an opportunity to do something with them. And
Corner guard.
John made up for a couple of misses in the 1st end, had 2 great shots in the 2nd, and that really set the tone.
Absolutely, they're able to use the kind of the yellow guards that limited the area of the house to shoot for, and yellow
6, 7.
had a couple of missed opportunities there. Steven Enixon's team had a shot at 3, but the hammer did not work out for them. But I think they'll be satisfied with 2,
2. Make it a 3 then.
and we're all square here.
First rock from Curtis Brooks, who I was talking with him a little bit before the game. He,
Keep going, guys.
for the ladies out there, he wanted me to mention that he is a
Please, you
Pisces.
Okay, good sweep.
We are just a wealth of interesting information here on the webcast.
Buzz.
Junkin.
So a good corner guard there from Curtis.
So we have a yellow corner guard right now and a red center guard as we get set for the lead. Erwin Freed's 2nd shot. Erwin is on Steven Enixon's team. Cleverly called none given for team name. And we'll get you a score update on C.
Let curl, let curl.
Once again, they're playing over to the side of the sheet that they know well and have seen move a
They
lot.
know how it
And
works.
this one is coming in behind the guard nicely. It's maybe a little heavy.
Little deep, but very well guarded at the moment. Pretty nice shot there
Okay.
by Freed. Perhaps a little bit deeper than he had hoped. And it looks like they're going to try to have Curtis Brooks take out the guard, perhaps?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
He can't really take out the guard here since this
that's
is
our
just the
whistle.
4th rock.
My apologies. A little too early for that.
There may be some people at home who are wondering why he doesn't take the guard out right now, though, so.
Should we explain the free guard zone?
I know I heard someone behind me say, nah, just keep him guessing.
What's the 6? All right. Then let it curl.
We'll just say very quickly, within the first 4 shots of an end, you're not allowed to knock out a guard. That one
I
is
think it's
going
just barely-
into the house.
that'll be sitting in the
Let's
back,
see
I
how
guess,
deep
maybe.
That one gets. That might be a little too heavy. Sweeping on it is Enixon, and he does. That's really close.
I think there's just a little
Pretty
bit of
effing close.
daylight between the rock and the house there, so.
At least from our angle, looks like that one is out of the house.
He's done his job, and now Steven's going to have Chad put another one in right there on the center, I think. Maybe sit about top 4, top 8.
We had a request for a score update on sheet C. This is the nutmeg versus nutmeg match. And as soon as the skip moves away from the scoreboard so I can see it clearly, we'll get you that score. Red scored 1 in the 2nd end, I can tell you that. And I'm going to guess we have a score of 1-1 between Team Chris and Conley on sheet C. 1-all.
Hold off, hold off. Hold off, hold off. No.
That one is moving towards the red rock in the 4 4-foot circle.
That was a good shot.
And it's going to be perfectly in line.
Beautiful weight there. That's.
Nice.
I don't think you could place it much better than that.
Definitely not. Nice weight call, nice sweep, telling the sweepers to lay off that one. Now they got, red has 2 scoring rocks placed behind the guard. Great shot.
And now, as you'd expect, Nick is calling for Jim Carr to take out the guard and try to make a play on those rocks in the middle.
Now they're doing exactly that, trying to take out that guard now that the seconds are up.
Nope, nope. Just peel it off.
And they do get that peel.
Yeah. Went the other way.
Red rock
okay.
knocks into the yellow one that was right on the edge, the back edge of the house.
Well, there's no question that one is definitely not scoring anymore.
Yes, that one is now out for sure. So the guard has been taken out.
Steven looking for Chad to put the guard right back where it was.
Mine's good.
Chad Shulkin now for Team Dungiven.
Sweepers indicating this one's heavy.
Bringing a bumpy bump.
And it is 1-all at the moment on sheet C. Between Chris and Conley, both from Nutmeg. And that was a little bit deeper, I think, than they were looking for. Might even freeze up.
Well, that's not a bad result at all, though.
That works out okay.
He's got that one sitting as third shot, and they're all lined up in such a way that you may be able to squeeze a double takeout out of this, but you have to throw a lot of weight at it to get these rocks to go and move out of there. That's pretty well protected.
I was going to say to try to run one of those red rocks into the other one would be a tough shot. Let's see what happens here.
Sweep!
Smith calls sweepers on. They are going for a hit there. See how this plays out, and they do get a takeout. Well done.
So they just run it straight back, and Enixon is still sitting 2 without the hammer.
And Smith's team now puts one of their own rocks in the house. So they do improve their situation slightly, but Enixon's still in prime position here.
Now the guard is really important here because Nick Smith has a couple of options left open right now. Those red rocks are sitting for a good double. He's also got the yellow that he can play on the left side for a run back takeout of the shot rock that's getting a piece of the back button there.
That shot is also moving.
Can we corner freeze on this guy? Corner freeze?
It is going to move into the 12-foot. It is guarding one of those red rocks there. Again, making it slightly more challenging for Smith's team to get to the rock in the 4-foot circle.
It's a pretty good position there. It kind of takes away the double takeout on the right side. And I was thinking that it was going to leave Nick with calling for Mark to throw a tap back or a run back over on the left, the yellow into the red shot rock. Instead, he's calling for a hit over on the right.
Sweep!
Are using again that side of the ice that we know a little bit better what it does. Sweepers are on it.
Up!
He's just gonna take out the one they just threw.
And it.
Well, he needed a little more weight
I
on
was
it.
going to
that
say,
was
yeah,
good.
that came up a little
Move
light.
stuff back a little.
Not sure that was the outcome they were looking for. All 3 red rocks are still in the house. We have red team sitting 1-2 right now. They have 2 points. If the end ended as of now. And let's see how Enixon's team responds here.
Yeah, but the other thing too is, even if you end up here, that's not terrible.
Good shot.
Open for a guard.
Sweepers aren't touching this one. I think they either like the weight or think it's heavy.
Yeah, all the way, all the way, all the way.
Now they get on it very late.
Right up, up.
And it does end up. As a pretty deep guard.
That's a good coverage. It's not sitting straight back in front of the yellow for which would make it a little bit easier for Nick to call for a tap back here. That one's sitting at an angle, so now they've set up the possibility to take out that yellow rock, or at the very least just take away that shot call.
What do you think here?
Enixon,
Sweet.
Smith's team, I think, is going for the red rock that is sitting second at the moment. They knock it, bounces off one of the red rocks in the back of the house. And it gets the job done. Knocks red back to 1. Sitting 1.
Good shot, Mark. Should have gave you slightly more ice. I was trying to get the double in the back out.
Good shot on that one. Took out 2 red stones.
Yeah. First one's fine. Hey, I just said I need to give you more ice there. That was a good shot.
We still have the red rock, which is shot rock right now, being guarded by the a yellow rock that's in the house, and another rock.
It's looking hard for us to get in there, but hey, we'll try. At least we're only giving up one. Yeah, the double from it. Yeah.
We are heading towards the
latter
stages of the third inning here in our feature match. The score is tied at 2.
Yeah, exactly. It was back good, right?
John said 70.
That'd be some
right?
some stuff. All right.
So it looks like Steven's going to try to draw behind the one that Mark just threw. Put 2 rocks there in the 4-foot. You can hear them talking a little bit about split times, where he's coming back saying to his front end, John says 70. It's indicating that he's figuring that the split time from the back line to the hog line is going to be about 3.7 seconds.
So they're going to try to block the easy one or put another one in there. They're going to block my easy promote, or they're going to put one in the back.
That's Nick trying to guess what Stevens or
Enixon
is going for. That's a light shot, it seems.
All right, over, get it over.
This.
It's coming over, I think.
Enixon rushed up to help sweep it. Is it going to get over the hog line? They are furiously sweeping the shot. And it does not look like they got it.
Oh, that worked.
Oh, that would have been a really well-placed guard, but did not make the hog line.
Tap it back.
So
and that's going to cost him $1.
So let's just go right here.
98.
Okay. Pretty light control, or maybe.
So that is unfortunate for Enixon.
Not 98 either.
You guys worked hard on that one.
Nick having a little bit of fun with the opposite, with the opponent's front end there.
Hog was definitely not playing.
Yeah, no, more like a back line. Yeah, it'd be better. Yeah.
So Nick just wants to tap this one back.
So just trying to get this to be the shot rock.
Trying to go and get this one to be shot rock. You hear him say that. Back line weight, he could probably go with a little bit less maybe. Depends on, with that broom, I'd say he really needs to throw back line and maybe even hope that it hangs out a little bit. Ooh, a little wobbly on the slide out.
He gave that one a lot of power. And it's narrow.
He may want to try to play this on an angle.
He's definitely going to hit one of his own rocks. Let's see where it ends up. Does it get the, no, it's just going to go straight out. So pretty much in the same spot they were in before that shot, which is I think what Nick is saying.
That's the tough thing about playing on this side of the ice. It's great for drawing, but if you're trying to play a hit, it's going to be really difficult to get the kind of precision you're looking for. He really wanted to hit that one. Once they knew it was that kind of weight, he really wanted it to hang a little bit more to the outside, to the right. And with it swinging that much, it's really difficult to try to do that.
Double promote's always there.
or tap.
Yeah. And
or draw.
It's most likely
Brandon Petersham is indeed doing well. They have a 6-0 lead over on sheet A. Hack's team from Petersham over the Bucks team from Philly. 6-0.
Gonna guard up?
Yeah, they're gonna guard it up.
We'll get you other score updates at the end of this.
I think I threw it the right way. Because actually, if that stays,
here on our show.
we're in great shape.
No.
Stephen coming down and saying, so
we click that out, even if our shooter rolls out, we're sitting
398 for a split time is probably going to be about 18 feet short of where
that's curling.
what he was expecting it to be.
I'm so
So
on the fence. I mean,
18
it
feet,
says
probably
70 is still
about
number.
the distance you're
It's
thinking
good, and then
from
it comes at the end, and that's
about the
Well,
log
that's the
line
thing.
to the tee line.
You're never
So
going to know
3.7
early.
is probably
You
about
have to
right
guess
for a
by the
split.
weight that you see,
This one looks better.
and then go with that. So
Sweepers still get on it early.
he's got it this time. He got it this time.
So
Good
that
shot, guys.
ends up as a pretty high guard. Steven does redeem himself a little bit for his last shot.
So Nick
There's
taking
no
a look at
danger.
his options. You heard him
Let's do
say
that.
earlier, the
Okay,
double
I'm
promote's
gonna do
always
back.
there.
Back. It's got a 1, 2, 3. So that weight. It's hard to say how far to go back, but let's put it about right here. So we want to hit it basically right over here, and maybe just like right here. But you know, if he goes too cut far, that's fine, because then you'll hit this side and bump that in, and we have backing. So you want to hit this side of the rock regardless.
Looks like they are going to go for the promote here.
Nick calling out the plan. I really, really like this shot call. This gives him a couple of options,
Double
and
bump
if he
in for
makes
one.
this one perfectly, then that's 3.
Are they hoping to bump the yellow rock back and bump
It's
the
going to
redstone
be back.
out?
Yeah,
line
plan
weight.
A is to run that yellow
'Cause I have to
right
hit 2
into
rocks, so I figured
the
about
one you
right.
see right over there on the left, right
if
into
it
the shot
hangs
rock.
wide,
Plan B is
we have
if
the
it
cut
manages to
into
hang
theirs.
out there wide, then he
But
can
the
cut
real
that
shot
one
is to have its
into
curl.
his second yellow that's sitting in the 8-foot
And
and
push
try
it
to run
back.
that back either right
Okay.
into the red rock or to just
Into the
have
house.
just
There you
go.
enough
We gotta
weight
figure it out
to
now.
sit in the 4-foot and take one.
Yep, into the button.
You're right,
yeah,
though.
exactly. Here's the hammer shot from Smith.
This one looks wide.
Will it come back? On this side of the ice, we've seen before,
Yep.
curl is minimal.
It's coming now.
They're sweeping to help it. Oh,
That was a really good try.
Okay.
just missed the
It was a
angle
good
there.
try.
Just missed the angle there.
Thank
so
you.
red is going to take one here.
Tough shot, but a really good effort on that one.
Absolutely. Came close, but not quite precise enough.
Good try.
Thank you, thank you.
That's a tough angle.
Yeah, well, you know.
That is a tough angle.
As the
I had a
skips are
little too
saying-
much juice on it.
As the skips
There
are
were
saying,
two.
it
There were
was
2
indeed a
shots,
tough
right?
angle.
You know, I could go for the double bump light
Yep.
or the double
So
cut
Stevie
band in yours.
Enix's team, none given.
I wasn't
from
trying to take
Potomac,
yours out,
Takes
Oh,
a
yeah.
but I could
3-2
use I could
lead.
use yours as backing. You know.
Takes a 3-2 lead over Reedham and Sweep, also from Potomac. And we're going to get the 4th end underway here shortly.
So I've been hearing some people that seem puzzled by Steven's team name. There is a story behind it, though.
Oh, please share.
So a couple months ago, for Potomac's internal members-only spiel, the Big Spiel, Steven had registered a team, as did another one of his compatriots, and neither one of them proceeded to put a team name down on the list. And so the person that was in charge of the spiel just simply wrote "none given" in parentheses as their team name. They decided to let it stick.
And the rest is history. And here they are now with that same name.
Point guard.
First rock of the 4th end goes into the house for Steven's team.
Nick's just going to leave this one alone and instead go for a corner guard. Trying to play the typical strategy when you have the hammer. Get a couple of corner guards, have some of your shot rocks hit and flop over behind those, and try to pick up a big end that way.
Where's it at, guys? No, wait. Huh? Three's good. Looks like more. Come on,
This
sweep
one's
it.
curling a lot. That one may be moving too far out there to really be useful.
It does end up
All right,
pretty
that's okay.
far over on the left side.
He's guarded the right side of the 12-foot as you see it at home.
And in the Nutmeg Bowl over on sheet C, we have a score of 2-1 in favor of Conley, Team Conley over Frizz on sheet C. We'll get an update on the Utica Bowl shortly on sheet D.
Yeah, for line.
up.
That one is, though, it does cross the hog line.
It's fine.
Look at the movement on that one, David, from right to left right at the end.
It's moving even more than it was earlier in the game.
I think
and
you're right.
I think that's,
Okay.
that's not really a surprise to me.
Right here.
So we have a high guard now on that red stone that's in the 12-foot circle. On sheet D,
Where's the weight? Here? 6 is good. Don't touch it then.
David,
Seven's
when
fine,
Nick's
too.
saying 6 is good, 7 is good, what
Good
is
shot,
he
Curtis.
talking about there?
A lot of times what you'll see teams do is to communicate distance, they'll give a number from 1 to 10. 1, 2, and 3 would specify a high guard, a middle guard, and a tight guard that's close to the house. And then from there, 4 would be the top 12, 5 would be top 8 foot, 6, 7, 8 being the top 4, the button, and the back 4, all the way to a 10, and the back 12 foot.
And that one, I think they're trying to put behind their wide guard there, but it curled even more, and now just sitting just on the edge of the 12 foot.
Just a little bit heavy there from Curtis, but he has a couple of shots there that are consistent, and even having overcurled that much, I think they're going to have a very difficult time trying to get at that. I don't think that Steven's going to try to make any sort of play there.
This is going to take some help to get over the hog line, but I think they got it. They do. And they're going to leave that guard out there pretty much on the center line, maybe a little right of center from our vantage point.
So Steven taking control of the center of the ice, even though he's got a rock only sitting there in the top of the 12 foot. Top 12 really is not a good control. You really want to be sitting top 8. Top 4 is ideal, especially if you want to control the middle of the ice and start worrying about putting a bunch of guards up. This is kind of like what we saw in the first end from Nick's team. He had one that was sitting in the 4
let's
foot
take this
and
out.
then kept guarding it up, guarding it up, guarding it up. And really, he had control of that first end despite not having the hammer.
So they're looking to do maybe a run back and a takeout here. That's what Nick was calling.
Sweep it. All the way, guys. All right, it's fine. We got one.
And it does.
Plan B.
You can hear Nick say that was plan B. Did not hit the rock he intended, but still took out a guard.
Not a bad plan B either. He's opened up the access to the shot rock a little bit more. Steven's going to look to put a rock right back there.
On sheet D, the Sitvaniti team from Utica is a 4-1 lead, has a 4-1 lead on Mitchell from Utica. So Sitvaniti 4-1. Pretty much the only, we have 3 tight matches here. Sheet A is the match with the largest deficit right now. Petersham still 6-0 as far as I can tell.
Make sure it's over. It's got a curl though.
You can hear them saying 1-2, figuring that's probably going to be a high to middle guard.
All the way.
This one's dying now.
And they're looking to block that shot rock now, and they do.
Good job staggering those 2 guards out. Good call by Steven on the sweeping lane.
Absolutely good placement on both those guards. And Nick might want to try to take another one out. I think that's what he is intending.
Sweep!
And Jim's pitched this one inside on his release. He should be able to get at least one of them, though.
Let's see if
No problem.
Okay, sweep it over. Sweep it over.
it's moving over to the left side of the stone.
Get it in.
And does get the peel there.
Okay.
Knocks one of his own rocks out at the same time, but that's okay. He accomplishes his goal, taking out one of the guards.
That's a good job.
You want to put another one in?
So Dave, would you try to put another rock in the house here, or try to put up another guard?
I'd really actually like to put another one in. I think that it kind of serves two purposes. One, you're sitting with two in the house, and sometimes the best guard can be second shot. And the other option, and the other thing is that you can still control the center of the ice. I'd like kind of a tap back on that center one, so I've got one that's in the 4-foot and then one that's still sitting second shot up there full 12.
That shot would have made sense to me as well, but looks like they are going with the guard here. Having just to tap back their rock to put it deeper in the house and then have the shot that was thrown as a guard in the house. Seems like that would make sense, but they pretty much put the guard back exactly where it was.
Well, and especially seeing the strategy that Nick is calling, that's a very understandable call. It's a conservative call.
Right, it's a safe call.
The tap back would be definitely more aggressive.
And Nick's team does have the hammer in this end, so maybe he's thinking about that as well.
I think Steven's perfectly content to have Nick just keep
playing conservatively.
Just keep having to pull off guards, pull off guards, pull off guards.
Sweep!
And let's see if he can get a run back on this shot. No, just misses that. But we'll take out the guard.
I forgot to tell you to roll it over.
Now the downside there is that he's left his yellow rock still sitting as a guard over there on the 4-foot. If Nick's going to want to have more options coming to his final shot, he really wants to have as few of his rocks up front as possible so that he doesn't have to draw through a tight port. He's right now, as it stands, he has to get a piece of the 8-foot to be able to score his one. And the more rocks that are up front, the harder that's going to be.
This shot is heading towards, oh, it was going to make it past the yellow guard.
No, don't touch it, don't touch it.
That's a really nice shot, actually. Really nice. Puts up a guard, maybe just about a couple of feet in front of that shot in the 12-foot.
And once again, Nick's going to want to get rid of things here. Now, if he can get a little bit more weight and a favorable angle there, the double takeout to get rid of the shot is very much in play, and he can roll his shot, the shooter, off to the side, either behind the guard that's already up there or maybe even out of play.
John Hale now. Or I'm sorry, Mike Aware.
Mars Rock's looking pretty good. It needs to curl just a little more.
Yep. It does get the guard.
Not enough.
Couldn't get the double.
Not a bad result, though.
Yep.
Good shot, Mark.
Mark Aware there.
It's a garden peel game.
That is definitely right, Nick.
All right, I just
That's
wanted to
exactly
push
what
them
we've
this
been
way.
saying back here.
Yep.
Maybe I'll take it out next time.
But still did get one of the guards out of there. Opens up a lane in the middle, right down the center line.
I'm hoping they missed one.
Close though. They're coming freaking close.
So that shot rock
They
right
almost
now,
missed it a couple times. He almost hit that guard. That's what I'm saying. As soon as they hit something, then it's
Let's see
open
if
and we get
Steven's
two.
going to try to put a
So
guard
that's why I
back
figured
there.
I'll just keep going with this.
Yeah, I think that's that looks good.
It's a little bit traditional, but hey,
65.
Curtis got the biter, so
Yep, so I throw
I figured I'd try to make use of it.
Well,
Right.
maybe that shot all the way in the side of the
I think I'm
12-foot
more
is going to
consistent throwing
come
that
into
up
play
than I
after
am
all.
with my lighter shots.
Okay.
I think I am.
You've been very consistent. It's easy for me to guess what broom to give you. So
Nick is talking about maybe
I almost
trying
thought
to
about
use that
holding it to
shot
wick
right-
out the
or
back
that
one, but I
stone
was
right
like,
on the edge of the 12-foot
that's like, all
circle.
right. Actually, if we wick that out, he'd probably crush our other thing, so. So it's not really that good. All right, let's see where Steven is.
Ellie will get you a score update on sheet C momentarily. Enixon's first skips rock here.
Got a break. Got a break. Come on. Come over.
It is gonna maybe bump against that yellow guard. And that moves it back towards the center. That actually worked out pretty well.
Pretty favorable. That one you can hear. I think
I'm
you
gonna
can hear
just stick
John
run back.
saying
Effect.
to wait for that one to break. Wait for it to break.
For the first shot.
It
and
finally
second-
did just
and
enough
the second one will just draw
to
in.
come
so.
across the
All right.
yellow and once again own control of the center of the sheet.
Yeah, just
Maybe
That's
not
what
what
it
he
knows it-
intended with
right there.
as plan A, but it worked out really well. That shot, the shot rock right now, seems to be the Yellowstone, or the Redstone rather, in the 12-foot circle is guarded very well.
We've seen so many shots that they've been playing on this side of the sheet that I think now we might be starting to lose a little bit of curl. The other thing is that it looks like this side is starting to really slow down. I think both teams are having a little bit of trouble getting the right weight at this point.
Nick Smith, read him and sweep. First throw. Herrera is telling the sweepers to hold off. It hits one of the red guards. Gets it to go all the way through. Again, opening up that center lane. It's a guard takeout.
Same strategy
it almost
here.
did.
Just one right after the other here. Enixon heads back quickly. Looks like things are moving a little slowly here on the Nutmeg Bowl over on sheet C. We have a score of 2-1 in favor of Conley. Conley 2, Team Chris 1.
Yeah, they haven't put the score up for the fourth end yet.
Enixon, I think, looking to just replace that guard once again.
Now this one's starting to curl over. No danger of touching the guards on this one.
It's going to go deeper than the last guard. And it's moving. Whoa, look at that rock move over. That really curled a lot.
Check it out.
Right at the end. Hale can't really believe it. I did not expect that one to move that much either.
Let's hope we got to let it curl as much as possible.
That did not work out quite as they intended. But I think it leaves, there's definitely a lane in there for a draw. I think he might have a chance to bump that red one out of there too.
Yeah, that's what he's going to try to do. He's trying to play for the hit and go for it. I think it's, he doesn't have a whole lot of room to work with. This is going to be a tough shot.
I agree with you,
It's still pretty well protected. Even John and Steven are disappointed in the result. I really
maybe
don't
actually
think it's that bad.
Bumper's better.
This is going to be a tough hit here. I might just go for the draw. The draw's a little bit more of an open shot right now. We'll see if it pays off. No sweeping yet.
Wide.
Oh, he's saying it might be wide.
Sweep it!
Now sweepers get on it.
Trying to play a wick off of the yellow on the side.
I thought I got the wick. My bad.
Made it through, and it's going to go all the way through. Missed.
That was a grab shot. I went out to the left, so.
He did
I was
just
trying
miss the
to
line a
hold
little
it
bit.
to hit the wick.
And that's going to result in 1 point for Enixon.
Yeah,
for
they could get lucky there.
team. So Enixon steals one there in the fourth end.
I probably should have done that, but that's all right.
Just drawn in.
Yeah, could have done that too.
And you just heard him say
I want to get the TV people something to watch.
That's what we were talking about just a minute ago. Maybe that was the easier shot.
Besides, I got to be behind first before I can win.
Top 8.
Smith instead tried to go for the roll, the tap on the red rock. He did not get it.
Too. In case I wicked it, you know?
Yeah, I heard the wick sweep.
So our score here now in our feature match is
Do you need help?
Enixon's team, Stephen Enixon's team, none given 4, Nick Smith's Reedman sweep 2. And we're now to the 5th end.
Did you hit it? No.
Good sweeping, guys.
Oh, you did.
Let's put a corner guard.
Center guard to begin from Erwin Freed. Curtis Brooks is going to try a corner guard, I think I heard Nick say.
Three, make it a 3, sweep it.
Saying he wants it to be a deep guard, so getting the sweepers
Okay,
on
up,
it.
guys. Yeah, sweep more, sweep more.
This one's curling quite a bit. We haven't seen a whole lot of rocks on this turn.
That
Okay,
one
He's
good.
got this one
way
all
over
the way
to the
out.
side. Way over to the side. Similar to what Brooks did in the last end on the other side of the house.
Yeah, it looked like about 5 feet of curl or so.
Quite a bit, quite a bit.
Very light on this one as Steven is
It's over.
scampering down to help him out. I think you can hear the sweepers yell 1. At least I think that's what they had in a frenzied yell.
They do get that one over the hog line, and it actually goes pretty deep.
Deeper than the last one.
Yeah, deeper than the first shot.
I know.
Absolutely.
Look at where you're at. Come on over here. What's that? You good?
Again, if anyone watching on the web has any questions or wants to get an update on any of the sheets, please type into our chat window. We'll try to get you updates when we can. Second shot from Curtis Brooks.
What's the weight, guys?
For Reedham and Sweet.
It's a little deeper than that. 6.
They're saying this one is definitely in the house. It's still
It's like
drifting
it's
a
just
lot.
through.
Drifting out towards the 12
Oh,
foot
it's
here.
gonna
Enixon's
backbite.
on it, trying to sweep it out. It is going to stay in the 12 foot.
We hit the
Wide
stall
open
button.
sitting back there, but I don't know that Steven really wants to worry
I
too
thought
much
it was
about it. It
super
looked like
good.
that one actually curled back in towards the middle just at the very end. Took a little bit of a dive back in.
Still pretty big movement, though, from side to side.
Oh, definitely.
You're right. That side of the ice has also not been tested very much yet, and we can see now there's a lot of movement on it. We're up to 86 people now following on the web. Very good turnout. Thank you, everyone, for listening in.
Sure? Sweep it! Sweep it! Hog, guys!
Enixon tells the sweepers to really go after this one. It
Trying to
might
just get
nick
by.
off that guard. It is. It does.
Fun.
So now 3 guards up there for Steven Enixon's team.
Well, Nick's looking for Jim to go and draw behind those 2 red guards now. Coming around on the unfamiliar side of the sheet.
This is Jim Carr, the second
What's the weight?
for the yellow team.
5. Looks like we're in 5.
So they're saying it's a 5.
I want it in the house, but other than that, I'm good.
It definitely is going to get in the house. Let's see how far it goes, how deep it goes.
And don't touch it. It's going to be on the
Sweepers
back.
to
but
stay off, heading toward the 4
It's
foot,
not too bad.
and that's where it
Good
stops.
shot, Jim.
Front of the 4 foot circle.
Very nice weight there. Really over-curled actually a bit because Steven can see a piece of it peeking out on the other side. Actually, more than just a piece. Chad can probably from the hack see maybe about half of the shot rock there.
Definitely good weight on that shot by Carr. Virtually no sweeping at all.
Oh, beautiful weight. Beautiful weight.
Let's see how Team None Given responds.
Yeah!
Chad's narrow on this one.
Is it going to get by the guard?
Yep,
It does.
he's by there. Great job
Is
by
it?
the sweepers.
And he knocks that yellow rock right out of there. Great throw.
Very nice weight there from Chad, and a great job by the sweepers to salvage that one when he came out a
bit narrow, yes.
It looked tighter than it turned out to be. He got
agree.
a very nice roll there behind the guard over on the right side.
That worked out really well for None Given. Good shot by Shulkin.
Shoot it again. You did so good. Let's do it
Accomplished
again.
what he
I want to see a
needed to.
repeat.
And you're absolutely right, David. That red rock is
Yeah,
guarded
that's what I
nicely.
figured.
So Nick calls for Jim to throw the hardest shot in curling. what you just did.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, we'll just let it come to a rest eventually. 8, 10.
Just throw numbers at it.
Weights all in the back of the house.
Looks like 9.
They're a little unsure how much weight this one has. It's definitely going towards the back house.
Not
Enixon's
the
trying
shot
to
rock,
sweep
but
it
pretty
out.
good. I'll take it.
It does stay in the top of the 12-foot circle.
So they were saying 9, and Enixon decided to make it a 10.
And that shot is guarded by 2 red rocks in front of the house.
Come in here, that's fine.
Red is still sitting shot rock though at this point, and that shot rock is very well guarded by a redstone.
Yeah, and Steven really wants John to take away that draw lane to make things more difficult on Nick here. He's calling for a guard, but if he draws this one in, that's okay too.
All the way, all the way.
One and
All the
two.
way, all the way, all the way. Yes, 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 yes. All the way.
Up, 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 up.
They do get that guard, and I think they're going to leave it as a guard.
Yeah,
Nope.
he would have liked that one to hang out there a little bit more, maybe about another foot out to the left side.
And now Nick is trying to get that guard out of there, the one that is guarding the shot rock. And I think they do have a pretty good look at this shot.
Yes. Yeah.
This one's got to curl a lot.
It's moving right down the center line at the moment.
He might actually be able to get to the shot rock around the guard.
And he does.
I was playing B.
Well, plan B or not, it was certainly
Plan B.
got the job done.
Yeah, plan B I think looked better than plan A.
Yeah, I think it
Threw a
worked
little
out
more
better
heat
than
I
plan
expected.
A. Came from a different angle than I'd expected, but he accomplished the goal of knocking out the shot rock.
It's just up in a half inch.
Well, now the draw very important here.
Okay.
Perhaps missing
Nick and
enough.
Steven have both seen the line
it's not gonna-
at this point.
it
and,
may not.
Probably not going to matter.
He's
too much.
got that. He's
We have
got
to
that
create a
yellow
pile
rock
back
sitting in
there
the
that
back
can
of the
matter.
12-foot that he can actually draw down to if need be.
I think Enixon's team missed a chance with their last shot to put a guard more in front of their shot rock.
All the way, guys. All the way for
I
the
think the weight's better on this one.
All the way for the line. Yes.
I believe he wants it all the way for line.
All the way for weight.
And now for weight.
Good shot.
Very nice shot there from John. Great job by the sweepers to make that one happen too.
John Hale, the vice for Stevie Enixon's team, a beautifully placed shot. Gives Team
Bump it
None
back.
given shot rock
Okay.
again, and their shot is now guarded by 3 red guards in front of the house. I thought maybe that their previous guard could have gone towards the right side of the house, but now it's really well placed where it is.
What?
Now it's virtually impossible to get to that shot. They're going to try to draw around.
Sweep.
Maybe use the same lane that John Hale just threw.
I think so, except this one's moving over
That's
a bit
too late
more,
for that.
and I think he's going to wreck on one of the guards.
Okay, peel it off. Peel it off. Peel it off. Okay.
He
you're good.
does, and it moves one of those guards into the house.
That's
Okay.
a very unlucky result there.
Yes, absolutely. I think tried to recreate what John Hale just did and did not get it. And also pushed a second red rock into scoring position.
No, you're fine. I think I probably should have gave you just a hair more. Yeah, you still have the narrow. I wasn't sure about the weight, so.
What they say, back gate, or was it pass, was it hack?
Yeah.
No, you threw it about right exactly on weight. You're back 8, back 12, which is what I wanted. So I wanted to
Thanks,
knock it
Mike,
back
for the score
further than
update
where
from
you'd be
Sheet A.
sitting. But I
Peterson
can't get
is
too
still
greedy that way.
in,
Come back.
that
It
is
would've
an
came
accurate
back.
score.
That's
Peterson
good.
winning
So,
6-3,
Half a
but
ring more, so.
I
the
should have
Bucks
held
team
that.
from Philly has come
That's
back in
all
that
right.
game, made it a bit of a closer game.
Looking over on sheet C, nothing but singles over there, 3-2. I believe that's now
They're
Chris
gonna
with the
sweep
lead, I
early to keep
believe.
it out there.
That is correct, David. Team Chris has taken the lead in the Nutmeg Bowl and Sheet C between two teams from Nutmeg Curling Club in Connecticut.
So Stephen just wanted to go and put up a guard and junk up the middle here. Saying just clean on this one. That's also another thing you always want to hear whoever's calling line say. Means shot's been made, just make sure it doesn't pick.
And that shot ends up as yet another guard. Great shot. Great
nice
shot
position
by Hale.
Easiest way to do this is to...
So now the shot rock is being guarded by one stone in the 12-foot and several guards.
We can, but that can be our last
really
shot,
in the
too.
driver's seat
It doesn't
now.
really help us to do it first. Yeah. So what we have to do is hit that and
They
hopefully
could
knock it
steal
back
a
a little
couple
bit.
more
So they're
in this
front one.
end.
Yep. Just kind of split it up a little bit.
It's
But
now
it's not going to blow them out.
6-2
Okay.
on sheet
But
D.
we'll clear
6
that
in
out and
favor
this
of
out. Because if we can at
Sidney.
least get both of them in the back of the house, it makes it easier. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but we got to give it a chance. So yeah, I'm going to throw a fairly light throw right here. Okay.
We're listening to Nick Smith now talking over the strategy with Mark.
Yeah,
Ware
nose
and
is
his
good.
vice.
And especially, it's really nice to hear skips at this level talking about what we want to do on this shot to go and plan so that we have an opportunity with the
I'm going to try
hammer,
to hit it
or
and bump them back,
simply
both to the back of the house. Going to hit their guard and their shot rock to the back of the house. Okay?
So we're trying to hit on the outside?
Yeah.
Not a bad
Just
idea.
barely.
This shot is going to have to be pretty perfect, though.
So split. Theirs will be go left, the other one will go right. Like halfway in between. Like this on the circle. Okay? I know. Okay.
Going to try to run one of the guards back. Is that what he's?
Yeah, he's trying to go and run a guard and one that's in the house.
That's my next shot.
Either back
It's
of the
always
house
going to
or
be
through.
there. It's just I'm just trying to make it easier for take one.
And that's
all.
that is smart play there. Smart strategy by Nick. Trying to plan for the
No dreams
easiest
of
shot
two.
for him to have for the hammer and not worry about. Yeah, I'm always going to have the draw coming the other way. I want to see if I've got another option available. This one looks. It looks like he put this one out wide.
It needs
Maybe
to curl
heavy
back.
too.
Let's see if it hits something. It does hit one of the guarding shots, but just pushes it back into the house.
Okay.
And
Not
again,
a
he's
good
just
result.
making things that much more difficult on himself. He's left himself with two options. He can come around on the left side, or he can come around
trying to make
on the
the one
right.
easier.
Either one of them is a play for one, but he is coming up on a position where he has to
I
make
have to
his
draw the
shot.
button
He's
the
going
next
to be
shot.
running out of
As
time
long as they put this back.
to be able to mount a
They don't,
comeback.
I'll take it out.
We moved it out to like here. Okay. I mean, it's,
Red is now sitting 3. They're in
Well,
position
hopefully,
to
that
take
might
3
cost
points right
cost
now.
us my decision to go for the hit
same
there.
weight probably because we're a little further out, maybe a little.
Yeah, on the
less,
last stand, I
but
could have just took one.
So
I like what you.
Smith did open things up a little bit, but also made things more difficult for
Well, you
himself.
got to think of the percentages. The chances we make it are about 50-50 at best, right?
Right.
So
in terms of
50-50,
putting
it's a
3 red
three-point
rocks in
turn
scoring position.
versus probably 75 to 80% for one. Maybe not, maybe 85.
You heard
So I
Nick-
guess you look at the expectation value, it's slightly higher to go for that shot.
You hear
As
Nick
long as
talking
you think
about all
it's
the
50-50, I think
percentages
it's
there.
less.
This is how you can tell the man is a poker player. Talking about expected value. Only statisticians and poker players use those words.
This throw by Enixon is heading into the house towards the shot rock. And it's going to stop in the 12-foot circle. Kind of acting as a guard for the
There's
shot
two
rock.
thoughts to this. We've been throwing on this side.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nick has a
It doesn't really have that much space, though, to hit that. I mean,
I'm
we
trying
can't
to
really
hit
hit
that
it.
rock that was just
I mean, I
thrown.
guess we could, but I don't
Knock
trust
out
it to go that far.
The rock on the 4-foot.
Let's throw
Or
on this
go
side
from
of
the
the
right side
All right.
and try to draw into the 4-foot.
It's not that wide, but
Draw meaning just a straight throw into the middle of the house.
Maybe we
without
should go the
hitting
other
any
way,
of the
huh?
rocks.
So we'll get on. I mean, we.
Yeah, he doesn't have any backing there.
Oh no, we won't.
well, now we're
But the I mean, granted,
missed
there's
stun,
no
so let's
real
just
difference
do this.
between giving up 3 and giving up 4 at this
There's
point.
just
He
enough
could come
space.
around that left side, but there is the danger of ending up making it a steal of
Throw
4.
it some
I
weight
actually kind of
right
like
here.
the draw
Okay.
coming around the right side. He was really had a good sense of what
That's
was
good.
going on with the ice earlier in the game,
I knew it was
and
gonna be easy.
that port to draw through. He's
Just a
saying,
little too wide.
it seems a little tight. It looks plenty wide to be back here. I think he's got a lot of room to work with.
Just hit and stick on it.
I agree with you
very,
100%,
very light.
David.
The draw is there
I
on the
think
other
he
side,
has
but
the
we haven't
lane.
done it in a while, and
I
if it
think
crashes
it's an
anything,
easier
it's
shot.
kind
It's
of
a
tough.
simpler
So I just
shot.
said, we'll just go over that.
And even if he doesn't
Yeah.
get any points here, he can cut
Yep.
down Enixon to 1. And that would be just as good.
You're in the blue, and it'll come all the way back. Then we'll pass that.
And getting a steal of 4 in this situation for Enixon that would put Smith in a really bad place.
Yeah, 3 or 4 at this point, it's game over, I think.
I would say so too.
Fast, he's not
But he is going from the left side.
He's put it out wide again.
He's heading back towards the middle. See what it hits.
Yeah.
He's got to move more.
It bumps off that one, and the 12-foot goes into
Wow.
the 4, and it
Wow.
sticks.
Great
Yeah.
shot there by Nick.
Thank
Nick
you.
Smith was a really terrific shot. He went for the more difficult one, but he nailed it.
Big round of applause here in the warm room on a great shot there to keep his team alive in
That
this
close.
one.
What a great line. It got a nick off of the red rock in the 12-foot circle, then just a little bump off
not
the
over
shot
yet. That's
rock
like I
in
always
the
like to
4-foot,
say, you know?
and
Thank
just
you.
came to a rest right in the inner edge of the 4-foot circle, right where he needed it to be. Beautiful shot by Nick Smith, and they do take a point. So Nick Smith's Reedman sweep team back in the match now. It is 4-3. Beautiful shot there. Had to be perfect, and it was. So Reedman sweep take a point. Only down 1. Welcome once again to the 74th annual Francis Dykes Memorial Bonspiel. Scott Bleiweiss here with David
Sorry.
Bykowski, doing commentary for you on our feature match,
Yeah, it looks like
featuring
a
Nick Smith
5-ish.
and Reedman sweep against
Your
Steven
6.
Enixon's None Given. Second half of the match now. We're into the 5th end. First shot right into the house from Curtis Brooks. The lead for Reedman sweep.
Steven just calling for Irwin to take this one out here.
Shots in the house can be taken out at any time.
Yes, yes, yes! All the way!
You got it.
All the way,
Steven
guys,
wants
all
the
the way,
sweepers
all
on
the
it.
way, you got it, you got it, you got it, all the way, all the way.
And does get the job done. Takes out the Yellowstone. Indeed, Courtney, great shot by Nick on the last end.
Freeze.
That hammer
Okay.
shot was, like we said,
If he goes
it was a
behind
more
it, not the end of
difficult
the
shot.
world.
Needed to get it within a very tight window.
If you're
and he
short
did.
on a guard, it's not the end of the world either. Just don't be super short.
Now, this is a nice aggressive call by Nick. He's calling for Curtis to freeze to the top of this one. Now, of course, that'll still leave red sitting as shot rock, but as we saw in the second end, for example, having a lot of those rocks up front is going to give him more options later on in the end to score multiple points, or maybe to set up better for a steal. This is a really aggressive play, but close game, down
Seven's
1. I
fine.
think this is a good
Sweep
time
it.
for it.
It dove.
Yes, Nick, it definitely did dive.
Okay. Good sweeping.
Went way far over from right to left.
Yeah, I would have liked a bit more weight on that one. He probably wouldn't have minded if that bumped the shot rock back a little bit. That really didn't help him very much. Steven wants to put one over on the other side, split the house, and try to set up for what he will hope will be an easy deuce here in the 6th. Go up 3 points with no more than about 2 ends to go.
Where are we at?
Yeah, time is pretty tight. They do have a clock running on this game, on all of these games after some of the previous matches were running long this morning. And actually, we can see the handshakes are coming out over on sheet A. And it looks like Petersham is going to be moving on to the event finals that are starting at 2:30.
Okay.
Curtis Brooks now the lead for Reedham sweep with his second shot. Or I'm sorry, we're on to the seconds now. Jim Carr.
There are some similarities in the hair between the lead and the second.
They do look quite similar from afar. And will they get the takeout here? They do.
All right, that's okay.
Just peels off the side.
Peel out perfectly fine.
Good enough
Leaves-
result there.
Perfectly
Leaves the
fine.
house open again.
The applause you're hearing is in the background is for the teams coming off of sheet A here into the warm room. Petersham will be headed back out there for our finals a bit later.
In the Utica Bowl on sheet D, Symphoniti is up, I think, 6-2 or 7-2. So they get a
Yes, line.
here.
Looks like 6-2 back here, yeah.
Yes, line. I'll wait. Where we at? Oh, up.
Chad's Rock here is all over the yellow guard over on the right side of the sheet.
Just going to bump it back.
Set that up
Way
as a
off.
far corner guard, which
way
probably
off to
will
the
not come
side.
into play the rest of the end.
We got one red guard just to the right of center, one kind of corner guard, same distance.
Yeah, Nick's happy to see that Red Rock sitting there as about a 2 guard right now, and he'd like to just draw
Looks
one
light.
behind
Sweep
it
it
in
up,
the
guys.
forefoot.
All the way. All the way. Hard!
It definitely is light. Sweepers are doing a great job bringing this one
Yeah.
as deep as they
Hard,
are.
hard, 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 hard.
And it gets in the house. Great job by the sweepers.
Good
That
sweeping,
one-
guys. Wait, excellent sweeping. Great shot, Jim.
It was indeed excellent
You did
sweep.
great sweeping.
Back
Really
line.
light, but they were able to get it in.
Well,
Touching
Chad
the 8-foot.
can see pretty much all of the shot rock here. And Stevens just wanted to throw about backline weight at it to hit and stick around. Really, he'd like it to roll over to the right side a little bit behind that right side corner guard. About 2.5 feet off to the right.
Yep. Yes.
One's narrow.
All the way, guys. All the way. Hard. All the way.
That might wreck on his guard.
Open it up. Roll as far as it'll go.
It does. Moves off to the side. Not the best result there, but it does open up the middle of the house.
Yeah, the difficulty with throwing backline weight there is that it in this case, took away an option. That one looked like it was going to be on the guard for a while.
Split
He
'em
might
up.
have been able to let that one move over a little bit
Actually,
more
no,
and try
forget
to
it.
play a run back takeout on it. Instead, with backline weight, that would not
Put
have
it
been
here.
enough to be
If
able
it's heavy,
to
that's okay too.
take out the yellow shot.
What's the weight? 3.
Looking to guard the shot rock here.
I think all that Nick really cares about his line on this one is it was just falling off the table. There's
And
nothing he can do about that.
this one is just rolling too much. It's getting that roll that we've seen before
It's okay.
from side to side and does not guard the shot rock, and Steven's going to try to take it out now. Yes, Diane,
Control.
the match on sheet A is over. Petersham takes it.
More ice.
Not sure what the final score was.
Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, we saw it was 6-3 after 5 ends, and then it looked like Petersham was set up for a really big end there in the 6th. 4, actually, so 10-3 was your final on that one.
Excellent. That one just bumps the yellow rock, but does not do much. If anything, moves it closer to the guard, closer to being behind the guard.
That's a very disappointing result there. Bump it back. Good call, Nick.
Okay.
And we just
never mind.
heard the time warning bell actually a few
First
minutes
call
ago,
is here. If it's heavy and bumps it back, it's okay.
which means that this game is running a little bit long. So we're going to finish this end, the 6th, and then the 7th end will be the last end of this game.
Unless they're tied.
Unless there's a tie.
We saw that just in our early morning match over on Sheet A. They
What's
went
the
to
weight?
an extra end.
Huh? 6? Okay.
And I believe that was, I think that was Chris that was involved in that. They might be in the position
back
of
of the
getting
house,
to
I
play
think.
back-to-back-to-back games here on Sunday at the Dykes. Quite a badge of honor to be able to do that.
That takes some stamina. We're going to have this shot end up
That's good.
just touching the back of the 4-foot circle. But that shot is
Okay.
exposed.
Sorry if I
That's
wasn't
not a
clear,
bad result.
Yeah,
He really,
I switched it
just
back.
getting a second one in the house somewhere that's pretty much undoublable.
No, you're good. You're good.
That's a good position.
Yeah, it was just heavy.
Steven's
I
able
didn't think
to
I
have
gave it
John
that much more
draw
than the
right
one
back
before.
down to it, of course.
Oh, okay.
In terms of
Well,
It's definitely-
I said first to hit the bump back, and second I did the guard.
Oh, no.
So that's why I get the guard.
That made more sense. It really did. Because that way, exactly, if I mess up,
Steven's calling for a freeze,
At
I
least
think.
it's not an auto
number
hit.
3. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I
so
like
now
the
get
freeze
to-
here.
We get to do sit,
I
sit
think
here.
the freeze is a good
Was that-
call.
We get to do the sit here.
Will make it hard to
We'll
knock
sit on
out
us,
that
and
red
hopefully we sit
stone.
on them.
Going to try to have this rock
See
end
what
up
happens, though.
touching the yellow shot rock right
The
now.
freeze is easily one of the toughest shots in curling. Your weight has to be perfect, your line has to be perfect, and sometimes if you're sweeping, you may be sacrificing one for the other.
It's a tough shot to get.
This one needs to
They haven't
come
swept
in
at all.
just a little bit.
It does move at the end. It just bumps it a little bit.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, didn't get
It's,
the freeze.
it's close, but there is the problem with the freeze is there is not much room for error, and you can see that that shot rock
Right here.
is
I'm gonna let it cross
completely
face, so
exposed.
pretty light,
And
like a control.
there's Nick
Yeah.
talking about having the rock come just across the face, get a little bit of roll off to the right side, so he can be sitting free.
Yep.
Nick is now going to try to take out the red shot rock that was just thrown.
Pop and roll. Yeah, it's gonna be a light takeout. Okay.
Pop and roll, he's saying.
Well, it's a crossover. Yeah.
Which means get that rock out of there and then
You get
have
buried, it's
the
gonna be
shooter
nice.
rock roll to the outside. The cowbell did indeed just ring, indicating that we are on limited time for this draw.
It's fine. Sweep it.
It's moving now.
It is really moving side to
Up, up,
side.
up.
No, they just called off the sweepers. That one moved a
Ah.
lot. I think a lot more than they anticipated.
Do this.
You can see Steven trying to figure out which rock to sweep.
Wow, that shot over.
It certainly did. Yeah, Nick just said it shot over.
No.
I think we've seen
once
some
it
rocks,
starts
David,
going and you
move from
start
side to
sweeping,
side in that way,
it's
but
going.
not
Usually you have to
as
go
much,
slightly
I think, as
before.
it
Right,
just
Yeah,
did.
okay. So that's
Well,
not
especially
gonna
for one that's a little bit more up weight.
That's okay.
happen. Not this one.
Some of the draws we've seen have really come
We almost
in
had it.
Yeah, I know.
and almost take a dive,
Actually,
really, but it's
the-
been more
the
of a
backup
draws
shot
and
was like if
guards,
we just let it keep
not
on
so
going,
much on a hit.
and
Now,
just
he
go click,
did
click,
say it was going to be
then she can put
about
advance
a
the other one
down
out.
weight hit.
Which I would
maybe-
never think is being
maybe
an
about half.
alternative because
Right.
didn't think it'd go that far.
But I had to held him off pretty
Yeah, just
soon.
control, hit,
Yeah,
flop
I
over
called
the
that
guard.
one. Thought that one too late anyways. All right. Let's see what happens here. One more game is
So Nick still right
Huh?
now is going to have some options.
Oh, no. They're solid.
John flipped.
Let's see what Steven tries to do
Like
here
that.
with his skips rock.
What are they doing here?
drawn in behind it. Oh yeah.
It's not enough ice. I don't
Definitely
know.
not enough ice for a
I'm
draw.
completely confused.
That was
They're
going to
just
be my
trying to
first thought.
sit
but
on
that's
it.
I
all
think
right.
he may be trying to get rid of the the
I
second shot
see.
rock stick around and sit 2.
Okay.
We'll
If he
figure
can
it
get a
out.
favorable roll to protect his shot, that would be ideal. Because right now Nick
All the
is
way, all the way hard, all the
set
way
up
hard.
just to go and freeze
Never
right down on
stop,
top of the
never
red one.
stop.
The hit and
Never
peel
stop.
would be ideal here.
They're sweeping all the way on this one.
Hit the yellow rock, roll back to cover the shot rock. Let's see what happens.
Gets the hit, no roll, but that's okay.
Yep. Not a bad result.
Steven sitting
That.
2.
That's fine.
No, actually, maybe it's sitting 1 at this one. Isn't the
know
yellow
what?
rock towards the back of the 12-foot?
Oh, you're right.
Look, this is here.
Sitting 1 at the moment.
This is here. So, let's not touch that.
And
Yep.
the shot rock, the redstone,
freeze
is
on it and
fully
make him freeze
exposed
on it.
right now.
Okay.
Ripe for a hit here from Nick Smith's team. Let's see what he decides.
He's going for the freeze.
Freeze
Good
on the
idea.
red rock, yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially at this point in the end, I think that is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, he was saying earlier, freeze on it,
Freeze.
let them freeze on top of us.
Yeah, because
Yep.
now it's the right call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the rollback was, but now it's not. It was, yeah.
We agree, Nick.
We just need to go sit on that stone. So if it doesn't get there, then get it as close as it can. Huh?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes, hold!
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like just, it's between 7 and 8. 7.5 good.
Stephen Enixon does have the hammer in this
Yeah,
end.
exactly.
We'll see what he's going to have to do after this shot. Way wide.
Go, 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 go.
Sweepers
Gotta
start
get it there.
tentatively. It's
Gotta
light.
get this one
No, no,
there.
go, keep going.
It's way light. It's starting to curl back a bit, but not much. And ends
All
up
right.
as a guard.
Yeah.
Well, he's given Steven an opportunity to take 3 here. He can
He
just
is
run
indeed.
that shot rock
That's
straight
right.
back into the yellow. And that's 3.
Yeah, he didn't really come back much. So we gave slightly less ice.
Even
As David said, I think the strategy here is going to be to try to hit the red rock straight back, bump out the yellow rock,
Yeah, even if I
have
blocked
that
it,
red
it
rock
would've been
stick
better.
around in the
But-
house and then get 3.
Sweep, sweep, sweep hard!
I would just,
The other option is just to draw.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
right.
might be the one that Steven
right
is
play, 'cause
just
they only need 2
feeling
to
more
be up by
comfortable
3.
throwing, it looks like. I think John's the one who's really liking the shot call that we've been discussing here.
Getting 2 in this end would certainly be a good result.
Yep.
So like top 4 weight?
damn thing hung. If I just got it in there, then they can't do anything like crazy, so.
Yeah, I do too.
Hmm.
It's fun.
Matches on sheets C and D are still ongoing
So
as well. We'll get
top
you score.
4 and try and split that
updates.
front one?
At
You
the
guys
end
There
of
is
mind
the
if we shake
7th
if they
over
get
there
3?
on D. I think that's now 6-3 in
No.
favor of Citronity.
So his
We're down
first
4.
one,
It's pointless. Just give them the break.
2 Utica teams again on sheet D. We have 2 teams from Nutmeg Curling Club on sheet
Okay.
C.
yeah, this is way, because if it's just a
Even-
draw,
It's like
and
I don't know if we
4-3.
get 2.
I want to say in
I guess
favor
they're not going
of,
for that. They're going for-
Conley.
We're going for 2-3. He
That
whips
does
and
appear
splits
to
them.
be the
then
case.
Yeah, nice deuce there for
Might be
Conley
able
in
to
this
advance them
instance.
both.
Yep, Connolly back in the lead now.
He's going for the wick.
And again, these matches will
But I
all
mean,
end,
if
it
he
seems,
hits
after
anything,
the 7th
then
end.
as long as he doesn't flash, he's fine.
Because
Unless
of
he
the
goes
time
so hard,
running.
he splits it.
So the hammer away from Steven Enixon here.
No, he did it good.
John waving him off.
go now, go now, go now.
Now
go
he
now,
has the
go
sweepers
now,
get
go
on.
now.
The draw is indeed the objective here. But is it going to get by that guard?
He could tap the guard straight back.
He does tap the guard back.
Yeah, gets the tie.
And it does give him 2. Not quite the way we thought it would
I don't
happen,
wanna
but
crash
still the
on
same
this guy.
result. So, team none given.
I was gonna shake if it was gonna be 4, but 3, there's a small chance.
I'd say that's probably true.
Right.
So the red
But I
team
wanted
of
to
the
make
Red
sure we were
Stones
past it.
picks up 2 in that end to take a 6-3 lead.
Yeah, this game has been great, let me tell you.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have hung that one out there.
Holy mackerel.
So Steven Enixon did get the result he wanted there, picking up 2. He has a 6-3 lead going into the 7th and final end of this match.
And Steven just calling for Irwin to throw this one through the house. He's up 3, doesn't want any guards up front, really just wants to keep things clean. We should be expecting to see Steven call for a lot of hits in this end, just to
tight guard.
get rid of rocks that are in play.
So what's the strategy for throwing rocks all the way through the house on purpose like that?
Basically, you want to make sure that you don't have either any guards of your own that are sitting there that your opponent can draw behind, or having things that are in the house that they can freeze on. The fewer rocks that are in play, the lower the score is going to likely be. This way, you've got their rocks are sitting wide open for just hits where you're not having to worry about a guard that's nearby.
Just let it come to rest.
You only want to do that when you've got a pretty good lead late in the game. It's a very defensive strategy.
Control!
And Steven's just going to call for the hit here. The other part to this is that Steven would really want not just a hit, but as opposed to a hit and stick, hit and roll out of play for a lot of these.
Good, just to clear the house so the best possible scoring rocks. Oh, but he missed that one.
Yeah, I think Irwin was a little tight on that one. Sweepers did all they could to give that one a chance.
Put it in the house.
And the match on sheet C between the two nutmeg teams is now tied at 4 between Chris and Conley. So another extra end game for, so to speak, for Chris.
Nothing like 25 straight ends of curling, possibly.
That is a lot of curling, I must say.
Get it in. Get it in. If it's not in, we're not really helping ourselves.
Nick is saying need to get this rock in the house because they definitely need
good.
points.
Great shot, Curtis.
Very nice weight on that one. He set those two
Yeah,
up
they can hit it out.
far apart,
Doesn't really help us much.
there's no way to double those out. So
Exactly. The double takeout is not there at the moment. The house is split, as we say. Stones on either side of the center. Citroniti now with only a 1-point lead on Mitchell in the Utica Bowl and sheet D. And they are playing in their 8th end, I suppose. Because they were farther along in their match than we were.
Yep, yes.
Sweepers on this one all the way. This one's got a much better chance of
Fix the line, I think, on this shot. And that one looks like to get the takeout. And the red stone does stick there in the 12-foot circle.
Now with that red there, Nick has the option to draw either behind his own yellow over on the left side, or he's going to draw right behind the red one that's left there. That's why I would have really liked to roll that one out, just to leave as many yellow rocks sitting wide open here. Jim's been throwing a lot more hits than draws today, I think, so let's see how his weight is here.
Sweep! Sweep!
Oh, they burned it.
Okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal.
So that stone was burned, meaning someone touched it on its way down the ice, so it has to be taken out of play.
Yeah. Well, control.
Steven just calling for a control hit weight here.
Control.
Control's a weight designation.
Yeah, a lot of some skips will have different gradations of hit weight. They may use words like hack or board, or very low weights where it's almost more like a heavy draw just to the hack or the board behind there. And then for more than that might be control for something heavier that'll bounce off the backboard. And peel, which is very heavy
All the way,
weight.
guys, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way.
That's
all
heading
way,
for
all
the
way,
yellow
all
rock.
the way, all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way.
Good shot.
And he
The
does
hit,
indeed
gets
take
the
it out.
nice roll. Should go out the back corner.
And it does.
Very nice.
Nice shot by Enixon's team.
Did that go
And
out?
as you were saying, David, with no guards, it makes it much easier
Was it
right,
out?
to get to the takeouts.
Well, I don't know. It
Exactly.
swung back in. I didn't see it.
Just leave it there. Unless you want to get rid of that. I don't care. I don't think it's going to matter.
No, it's way back there.
Yeah. Just draw it in.
Again, we're at 6-3 here in the 7th end. Steven Enixon's skip team, none given, is in the lead. This is the last end of this match, unless there's a tie.
Okay, let's get it a 5. Where's it at? Look at where it's at. It's got plenty.
Sweeper's called off by Nick. This one might be a bit heavy. They might have overswept this.
True.
Steven Enixon,
Oh,
the
not quite
opposing
true,
skip,
but-
Trying to get
sweeps
it
it
out.
to the back of the 12-foot
It's now
circle.
second shot.
Still in play, but the redstone now is shot rock.
Yeah, and Steven will just still have to take it out.
Asking for pretty heavy weight here in a control weight.
A lot of times control can be a really standard hit weight. It's called control because you can have a lot more control over how much it moves or doesn't move based on sweeping.
All right, you're good.
If you throw too much weight, sweeping really isn't going to be able to do too much to shape the shot. If you miss it, you miss it,
I really
and the
died.
sweepers can't really help. So, good
Nope.
job there getting the sweepers involved to make that hit.
Absolutely, and another great takeout from Shulkin.
Freeze. Okay.
It's coming down to the wire here for Nick Smith's team. If our match ends before some of the other matches on the other sheets, we'll try to do some commentary on the other matches going on sheets C and D. Both are really close, as is ours.
What's the weight? Get it there. Get it there. Come on. It's breaking. All right. That's okay. Huh?
That ends up
that
as
your
a
last
guard
Okay.
for Nick Smith's team.
That's fine. Just in case we get next one in.
Peel.
So yellow going to need to put all of theirs in the house now.
Yep, they only have 3 rocks left.
All the way,
They're
guys.
down by 3.
All the way. All the way, guys. All the way. All the way, all the way, all the way.
John Hale's going for the takeout here. Bumps it, and knocks out a red rock.
Whoa.
And puts a yellow rock in the house. That is not what they wanted. Hale is not very happy. That did not work out as they intended at all.
Well, a break there for Nick.
That gives Nick Smith's Reedman sweep team some life. It's not shot rock, but
Okay.
Not to mention that he's got a guard up there sitting just off to the right of the center line that Nick can use to draw behind as well. But he's calling for the hit on the one that's in the house.
Everybody drinks.
no sweeping yet.
Probably need to get on it now.
Okay, that's good.
Really wants this one to go and
They're
roll
staying
just
up
behind the
the
guard,
whole
but that's
way.
going to come over too much.
That rolls all the way over to the other side of the house.
That was a good shot by Mark. His rock deserved a little bit of sweeping just to roll it over just a little bit to sit behind guard.
I agree,
We're
David.
still
That
alive.
one did not roll too far to the other side.
What?
Again, a very good hit weight there. Very good control hit weight.
Radio people say anything can happen in the
This is close to anything. Normal.
So the 2 yellow rocks are open for a takeout here for Steven Enixon.
Steven says normal hit weight, which is a bit more than
That's your
control.
penalty.
Somewhere between control and firm.
She didn't touch an ounce of it.
These are all relative terms. Some of the very top teams may ascribe certain timings
True.
for that
Agreed.
these weights would go from one hog line to another. John does not want them to touch it at all. Steven has put this one wide and heavy, and that is a bad combination.
That is a miss there for Steven Enixon. Rolls right by the yellow rock. Nick Smith's team still in this one.
Well, I was
Here.
talking with Nick
to
and
go
his team
here, it's
before
okay.
the match, and they
like
talked
to block
about a
the
lot
freeze
of
up back
nail
there a
biter
little bit.
close games and a lot of come from behind wins for them. And this could be
there.
primed for that again right here.
Again, Nick Smith's Read 'em and Sweeps team, the yellow team, need 3 points to tie this match. They need at least 3.
He's got this
Top of the
one
house.
set up very nicely.
In this
Sit
one.
around top of the
Up
house.
like right here. Just make sure it's in. Left
Wouldn't mind this
the
one.
side.
If this one,
Okay.
actually, if you were to go and draw this one behind guard and then trade hits, that would do the job as well. He's in very good shape to get 3 and send this one to another extra end. It's a good thing that whoever wins here is going to have a pretty decent break before going back out at 2:30.
The winner of this match goes to the finals.
Finals of the second event.
Second event. Okay.
The end.
He wanted it in the 12-foot. It might go deeper than that. That goes
A
way
little too
deeper.
much, but all
Right
right.
next to the button. It is guarding the yellow
Oh, well.
rock in the back of the house, but
Yeah.
it's out there.
Yeah, he's given the opportunity for Steven to put this game away. That's a makeable double right there.
Absolutely.
Not easy, but very makeable.
I think that's what Steven's going to try to do. Hit the yellow rock in the 4-foot circle, then roll to hit the one on the outside.
He definitely doesn't need any more weight than he had on his last one. Just that kind of weight and good line.
If Nick
Let
is
this
able,
one move a little bit.
so if Steven rather is able to take 2 rocks out with this shot, that will clinch the game.
Sure to sweep out the shooter. Okay.
He's wide again.
Hale calls off the sweepers for now.
He needs to get a piece of one. I think he's going to get a piece of it.
He's going to get one out. Doesn't roll enough to get the second.
Shot, guys.
It's a nice roll for him there. That's going to be very difficult to take out and keep the shooter and not wreck on any of his own
Gotta wick
rocks
it out.
there.
All right.
Nick's got to find a way to do this.
Yeah, so what does Nick try to do here, David?
He's got to get that red rock. One thing he might want to
Yeah, we
think
gotta
about is
stay.
not
We gotta
worrying
sit,
about
like, right
playing
here.
it so
I mean, we
much
don't have
as a
very much
hit
angle at all.
as much as
Gotta
just a
hit right
heavy
there,
tap back.
so.
He doesn't need to take this one completely
shot,
out of the
guys.
house. He can
That's
get
nice.
this one so that it's
Good shot.
sitting half in the rings, half out.
see if I can make a
would be
better
good
one.
enough.
All it
I
has to
think
do is
that
be a
he's,
scoring rock.
maybe about hack weight, and where he hits it is going
Yeah,
to
it's
be
gonna be tough,
critical.
but
He's probably got
it's an
to
early
hit this at about, we might say on the clock
I know.
face, if the nose were
It's the
12
moneymaker.
o'clock, probably about 12:30 or so. He does not have much room for error here.
The match comes down to this shot for Nick Smith. This is the hammer.
Normal.
He needs 3
Well,
points to extend
yeah,
the match.
normal.
Anything less, and Steven Enixon's team will take the win. Throws it out there, a lot of weight. Needs to roll back. Curl back.
It's wide.
It's very
He's
wide.
put this one
He gave-
very wide.
Not sure if that's going to come back.
That's not going to.
game.
They're already
game,
shaking
Chad.
hands before
Thanks.
the rock even comes
game,
to
Rock.
rest.
And did not quite get the job done there. So, team none given with the
Great
Redstone
game, Steve. That was an awesome shot at the end, right?
Enixon's team
Great game.
wins
John.
this match.
Good job.
A very tough shot there. You can see that Nick was sitting there
Good game, John.
set up in the hack, and he's saying normal hit weight.
That's the only way
And
to play, so.
what he came out with wasn't really a normal hit, but it was. I think you needed to think of that more as a heavy draw to about hack line or the board, rather than trying to think of it so much as a hit. He needed to keep the shooter around, and you just too much weight, and the shooter was
on, you
going
need
to roll
4 more,
out
Curtis.
pretty much no matter what.
We're just playing with
Unfortunately,
it.
not
Good
enough
try.
to get the job done there. The Nick Smith's team did pick up 2 points in the final end, but was not good enough. Team Enixon takes the match 6-5. And we're going to try
It's
to...
still up there.
we're going to switch over now to focus on sheet C. So now that our feature match is over, we're going to go to the match between the 2 Nutmeg teams on sheet C, which is still ongoing. Match on sheet D between the 2 Utica teams is also ongoing right now. We have Sinfoniti ahead 6-5.
Well, go get him next time.
And the match on sheet C between Chris and Conley is tied at 4.
The only call I questioned for myself was trying to go for that takeout for 2.
And we have Chris's rock heading through those yellow stones to stop.
Oh, beautiful
almost
weight
exactly
there.
on the button. Great shot.
Beautiful
Great shot
weight
to
sitting
go-
there, drawing against 6. That's tough. That is a lot of pressure right there. That's some serious onions.
Really delicate shot. Worked out. Touching the button. Still open for a hit. Let's see if Conley's team can get that done.
Yeah, this one is the hammer. Conley just needs to put it right through there, take the shot rock out, and would score a big 6 or 7 to wrap up a win here.
Against team skipped by Stephen Enixon from Potomac, moving on to the event final with a 6-5 win.
Hammers away from Conley. Sweepers are on this one. Looks like it's pretty close.
Let's see if he can knock out the red rock.
They
It's
need to
moving
go hard
over.
all the way to avoid
It's
that
drifting.
guard on the top 8.
It's gonna hit one of the other yellow stones.
And it does not get the job done. And Chris
Chris
will play a
escapes.
3rd straight game here on Sunday at the Dykes.
It's gonna be a 5-4 win for Team Chris from Nutmeg. With a beautiful last shot by Chris. Getting it just inside the Yellowstone. And let's see if Sheet D is still playing. No, it looks like they finished as well. And
Handshakes come out on D, and we're trying to get an idea of who the winner is over there. I believe it was a Utica team.
I think it's pretty safe to say that's true. They did not update the score in the final end. We'll just say for now, a team from Utica ended up with getting the victory there.
Well, we'll find out soon enough when we take a look at who's going to be coming back out here at 2:30 for the final games here at the 74th Francis Dykes Memorial Bonspiel.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for the 10:45 a.m. draw, this Draw 21 here on Sunday at the Dykes. I'm Scott Bleiweiss.
And I'm Dave Bykowski.
Thanks very much. Have a good afternoon.